Okay, part two of the distributor rebuild. Just a few quick notes. In part one, I talked about using a homemade retaining washer from high density polyethylene, which was scavenged from an oil container, which I think would have worked fine. I made a little washer and it popped on real nice. I did a little more research, and they're only good to about 250 degrees Fahrenheit, which should be plenty. But then I found out that polypropylene plastic, specifically number 5 polypropylene, and there'll be a little 5 in the triangle, and I think I cut through the triangle on this one. But number 5 polypropylene is good to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So it turns out that prescription bottles are made of number 5 polypropylene. So I drilled a hole in the bottom, cut it off, and it's doing pretty well. I think I'm going to get another bottle that I have and cut a little bit tighter hole. But as you can see, it holds plenty fine. You know, it's a little bit flexible, so it'll do its job of holding. It's higher temperature. The bit size that I used was 5/32. I think I worked it around just a little bit when I was done drilling it, so it made it slightly enlarged. But I think I'll start again with a new one, slightly tighter hole. Other things I wanted to mention here, the reluctor ring. This is a very brittle assembly. Everyone warns you not to use any force with it, and they're right. The key to getting this off, when I took it off, was to use 2 screwdrivers on opposite ends of it very carefully. You know, back when it was down in the bottom of the spindle. Put 2 flat bladed screwdrivers on it. Make sure the flat blade is, you know, pushed up against the bottom of the reluctor ring, and not in a way that you know, concentrates force on a small area, but flat, of course. And work at the same time from both sides. It will come off. It seems like it's really stuck on there, but a lot of patience and a lot of wiggling back and forth will bring you results and get your reluctor ring off of there. The other quick thing I wanted to mention, this part, of course, goes up here, and it was glued on fairly well onto that spindle when I started. I could just barely move it. I tried to pry it up with the screwdrivers in strategic spots, but it wouldn't budge. I ended up using this tool. And this came from some $5 parts bin. It's actually designed to grab onto old battery terminals and push down on the middle and release the lead terminal. But it actually did a perfectly good job of grabbing that spindle. And it can't grab the whole thing, but I grabbed it by the, there we go, I'll put it on there. Grabbed it by the little groove, and I had to use my hand to kind of squeeze a little bit so it stayed in the groove. And then it, with a little bit of careful, you know, effort, it came straight out. Just wanted to share that. That was very useful if you happen to have one that's stuck as well.